Welcome Sagittarius to your April 2024 reading. Hope you're well. Straight off, feeling the energies of Aries in April kicking in. So we have Mercury retrograde, we have Chiron in Aries, we have an eclipse on the 8th. So the intensity of these energies are also in the bosom of the North Node right now, being in Aries too. So there's so much fiery energy in your fellow fire signs energy. So it's quite something. With the Sagittarius energy, it feels a bit distant. It's feeling a bit cut off, a bit isolated. So let's just get a few cards around this, see what's happening. Okay, right. So the reason it feels like it's cut off, there's something coming to awareness. Something in the past, maybe an attachment to something or some way of being is it's like you're missing something at the moment. You've had this in your last reading as well, I think. You're missing something that was of value, and you're trying to replace this thing with a different. It's like you're trying to equate it to something and try and get something of the similar value in place of it, but it's not actually matching up. It's not syncing up in the same way, because it's like these big gaps that just don't allow for it to be exactly the same as what it was. Let's get some more cards, because there's a bit of there's quite a deep energy here, so I don't want to assume. I'd rather get a bit more information. Okay, so you want to go towards something that's of higher value. When you went to go towards that thing that's of higher value, you're trying to go something to like, well, I can't have this, therefore I'm going to go to that, which looks like it's of same value. It looks like it's of equal value, but in truth it's not. In your heart, you know it's not of equal value, but somewhere along the line, you're telling yourself that it is of equal value, because you can't handle, or you don't want to accept that it's not. So the indecision, the discontentment, the disconnect in this, and feeling like you're left out of something, is getting quite intense. So you're feeling as though you're connecting with an aspect of the King of Cups. But the King of Cups, the more you're connecting with a loving space of yourself, the more you're connecting with a part of you which you didn't really hold as a kind of a value before. And the more you're connecting with this higher value aspect of yourself, the loving part of yourself, the more you're feeling the missing of something else. The more you're feeling that there's something that you should have appreciated more so in the past and you didn't. You let it go a little bit too easy. You let it go a bit too... without any consideration of what it actually meant to you. So in the past, it does feel like you thought you were getting away with something. You thought that you were winning. You thought that, you know what, I'll just take what I want, take what I need, and then I'll be out of here and I can just like disappear and no one will be the wiser. But the thing is, you've actually shot yourself in the foot on some level. You hurt yourself in a way that you didn't anticipate. This is a difficult situation, but the thing is, the beauty of it, Sagittarius, should you decide to take up the challenge, is right now you've got Chiron in Aries, which is about healing the self, healing those wounds, making sure that you don't keep the repetitive loop of re-wounding yourself, allowing yourself to accept what you did, accept what was done, accept your choices or decisions that you made, accept that you were thinking about things in a particular way. The outcome was very different to what you expected. So now it's an opportunity to kind of, the only way you're going to reclaim that is to reclaim your responsibility in this situation. So we've got here tears, we've got the Four of Cups. It's really becoming really obvious and clear that you've lost out on an opportunity. You can feel and sense that you lost out on an opportunity. I don't think the opportunity knows that you're feeling this way, and what I mean by that is if other people are involved, for example, if it was a relationship, that other person doesn't know. If it was a work opportunity or something like that and you didn't take the contract, they don't know. They don't know that you're regretting it. They don't know how you're feeling. They don't know that you're feeling this sadness. And I think on some level that is part of the Sagittarius pain, because you feel like you've sacrificed something when you didn't really. You just cheated yourself out of something on some level. Again, this might not apply to all of you. And if it does, it might be to a lesser extent. Some of you may be feeling it quite deeply, depending on where you are at this reading. It's a general reading, but those of you who are feeling it deep, you're really feeling it deep. Those of you feeling it lightly, you can turn this around quite simply and easily. The thing is to not go down this rabbit hole any deeper. Don't go down this rabbit hole any further. Don't try and solve it with this kind of energy. You need to really bring in some kind of what's the word? It's like you need to actually have some remorse. You need to show the remorse, and it's not about you showing remorse to someone else. It's about you actually feeling the pain so that you can access remorse. You can access true remorse and what that feels like for you, what it feels like to be hurt this way. The biggest part of it is, one, that you've hurt yourself, and two, that it's not being seen, it's not being identified that you're actually hurting now. Because a part of this energy is feeling like if you're in pain and you're hurt, you want the other person, the other group, to see that you're in pain now. You want them to see that, I'm sorry, I wish I hadn't done this. The thing is, you're not going to be shown that if you're the kind of person who would only want to be seen so that you can feel better. It needs to be that you're seen to be sorry, so you can kind of give the other person some healing. You can kind of give the other person some justification of like why they've cut you out maybe, or why they've just turned their back on you, or when you said no and you rejected their offer, rejected their relationship, rejected their love, they've turned their back. It's like, right, if that's the way you're going to be, then that's fine. I accept your choice. I accept your decision. Then here I go. I'll off and go. You're not liking that. You're kind of wanting them to pine for you. You wanted them to come back and say, don't go, stay with me, kind of thing, but they didn't. And this is not sitting well with you. This is kind of the part of the pain that you're feeling, part of the loss that you're feeling, and part of the thing that needs to be healed. You need to take responsibility for your actions. As you take responsibility for your actions, you've got the Seven of Coins coming in. The value of acknowledging this, the value of taking responsibility of your choices and actions is going to be in your favour, because then from here you can start developing, take this with a pinch of salt, you can start developing a different kind of moral compass. You can start developing a different kind of way of interacting with others. And this is only going to happen when you really go within you and see the truth of what you've done, see the truth of your choices. This is not for everyone. I can feel this is quite specific. If it is resonating on a tiny bit to a lot of it, it's not one of those general readings that kind of like is going to cut across the board of Sagittarius realm. It does feel like it's a small group of Sagittarius. So for that reason, it's like just take it with a pinch of salt. If it's resonating, just even that tiny bit that's resonating, work with it in your favour and let it benefit you. If it's not resonating with you, just let it go. If it's resonating with you a lot, you have a lot of work to do. But the beauty of it is, take it as a sign that it's a great time to be doing this kind of work with Chiron in Aries, your fellow fire sign. So utilising everything that's happening, utilising the eclipse. So it's kind of like a great time, if you are experiencing this, to be experiencing it. It can all change just like that for you. So please do subscribe, hit the bell, and until next time, peace and love.